Yeah. Welcome back to Grandmaster Pod. Sorry, what I meant to say was ni hao. Just messing with you again about the Nathan Howe thing. It's a beautiful day. It's a Sunday day. You guys, this podcast is not being filmed at a ridiculous hour. I also didn't move the mic stand correctly before the podcast, which I should have, but I didn't. And that's okay, because sometimes I don't do things. Today's a very special day. We have lots to talk about. The Sugar Pine 7 stuff, you know what I mean? We got an hour. So we can dive right into it. Should have taken questions, didn't take questions. Maybe we'll do that on the next podcast, but I'm not going to drag out this stuff too long. But today is a beautiful day because Sammy Jo's here with us. And she has a microphone. And I can see it's recording from here because it has a red dot. What's up, babe?
Hey, guys.
Oh, this is wonderful. Now, no, the audio quality is not as good as this mic because actually, I feel like it should be. I mean, it's obviously not going to be because it's a totally different mic, but that microphone costs pretty much the same, if not more, than this. But maybe I got this used.
It's going to be better than before, at least.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And Sammy Jo's audio, it should be good. I hope it's fucking good, man. I'm going to run it through all my programs, try to make it sound good. We've got some beautiful news today. We'll start just with, we're going to RTX. Sugar Pine 7's going to RTX. And we'll talk more about the Sugar Pine 7 stuff, you know, but we're going to RTX. Sammy Jo's going to be there. Originally, she wasn't going to come to this one because we're like, you know, it's the last one. And I mean, that's more of a reason actually to come, but we ended up saying like, you should come. Plus it's 4th of July weekend, literally 4th of July. So we were like, you gotta come. You gotta come. You gotta come because 4th of July. Twisting these things.
And I've always wanted to.
Exactly. She's never been to one, right? You've just like...
This is the third one since I've known you.
This will be the third one. Yeah. Well, 4th if you include RTX Australia that I didn't go to because I couldn't leave the fucking country. That was a huge piss off for me because who doesn't want... I've always wanted to go to Australia. See some fucking kangaroos. Bad accent. Water down by the river. Good eye, mate. We're going to go down by the river. Catch ourselves a fucking croc. Sammy Jo, go touch this croc right here. He's not dangerous, I don't think. A mixed accents there. What do you think, babe? Babe. Sorry, guys. I won't call her babe on the podcast. It'll be Sam. Sandwich Jones, dude. But that was a piss off, dude. I was so mad I couldn't go to Australia. Fuck that. Really wanted to go.
When is it? Did it already happen this year?
The Australian one? I don't know. I think there was also a UK or a UK one. But Australia's not in the UK, right? It's across the fucking world. But so is
but there is RTX London.
Yeah, there's RTX London. There's RTX Australia. But fuck it. We're gonna be at this one. This will be the last RTX we're gonna be at. So fuck yeah, dude. What was number 2 on the list of things to talk about? Now Sammy Jo has the topics. So now the unofficial producer is actually becoming more official. And I'm only having her do this if she wants to do it. You know what I mean? I'm not forcing her. Guys, don't worry. I forced her to do other like sexual things. I'd never force her to do this. Anyways, what were you saying, babe?
SB7's canceled.
Oh, yes. Sugar Pine 7's canceled. I'm overwhelmed with the amount of support. We talked about this on the Sugar Pine Beyond the Pine podcast already. But, you know, we're in the fucking dojo, man. And this is where we hang out. We've got a lot of cool stuff to talk about this podcast, which like I just remembered that. That's why I said that again, interrupting my own thoughts about Sugar Pine 7. But yeah, we can talk about the Sugar Pine 7 stuff because it's a big change, man. You know, Sugar Pine 7's it's over, but it's not over. You know what I mean? It's pretty much over. Like Alternative Lifestyle. What is the show, right? You know what I mean? The main vlog that we did. We tried other series too. So kind of it is over, but we're doing the podcast still. And this is just, if anyone doesn't know the situation, you know, but who knows? We may make content on that channel in the future. And this is information kind of on this channel too that we haven't really talked about, not intentionally, but like I'll dive into a little bit of it too, because it's sort of by choice, by Steve's choice, because since we were let go from Rooster Teeth, we were unemployed with Rooster Teeth, right? We weren't making enough money. It wasn't a good, it just didn't fit. We didn't fit with their, you know, workflow, with their content. I mean, we worked our fucking asses off, man. I think that's some of the hard part about it too, is like working so hard for that long, busting tits day by day, and then just not working out and being like, see ya. But that's not really how it was. We kind of knew, we've already said this, but we knew things were coming to a halt. It was slowing down. The views were going down, and it's a business. Unfortunately, it became a business. But the fuck was I going with that? Oh yeah. So once we were let go, they still wanted to be partners with us, you know, which is great. I think we have like another, like a year, 11, 10 months, something like that, until the channel is completely Steve's again. But it is essentially back to Steve's channel, and he's, you know, not in the greatest place, but he's getting better. You know what I mean? He's figuring out, you know, what he wants to do and what makes him happy and why he doesn't want to do the things he doesn't want to do. I just want the fucking guy to get better, you know what I mean? And whether that's making content or not, it'd be nice for Steve to be happy. But making videos right now doesn't make him happy. So he doesn't want to make any more videos. So that's why we actually ended it. You know, James and I still were like, let's keep making videos. Let's fucking do it, man. But I completely understand if Steve doesn't want to do it, then you can't force yourself to do it. You keep doing something that is just contributing to like your unhappiness. So that's not good. That's not healthy. So, I mean, this is the best scenario right now for Steve, and really for myself as well. And hopefully James too. But what else is there to talk about the Sugar Pine 7 stuff? I'm sure you guys have tons of questions. You can feel free to leave them, like questions about the Sugar Pine 7 scenario. Any questions you might have, you can just comment them on the fucking podcast, man. And I'll go deep sea diving and fucking pull up some coral reef questions and answer them next time. But I'm just trying to talk a little bit more about like my side of things as we're on Grandmaster Pod. It's my fucking podcast, boy. But is there anything else I'm missing, babe?
I don't know. There's a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot. I guess I'll just talk about it more.
It depends how much you want to talk about.
Yeah, I mean,
or how much you can talk
exactly.
about.
There's still like some stuff. We're not like allowed to talk about business stuff. Obviously, when you part with a business, they don't want you talking about internal things. A business in general doesn't want you talking about no business shit when you leave, you know. But personal stuff, I'm sure I'm allowed to talk about. But again, just leave some questions down below, and or email me at grandmasterpod@gmail.com for advice and shit like that too. And we may get to that, but we have so much good to talk about. You know, I thought I would talk about the Sugar Pine 7 stuff more, but I guess we did kind of talk about most of it. It's sad, it sucks, but we're moving forward, you know. You got to make do with what you got, and I'm happy, you know what I mean? I was burning out there too, just making vlogs every single day and not being able to like focus and get excited about one particular idea and then, you know, execute the idea when it's ready rather than like, well, we have to film 2 videos today legally. Not legally, but like that's our job. You know what I mean? We've got to film 2 videos, and that's a burnout, dude. You can't. Some people can do that, and some content can be tailored to do that and be put through that kind of machine. But our content couldn't. You know what I mean? It wasn't sustainable. You know, as it was. Is that well? Did I put that well? Mm-hmm. You know, but we'll talk about it more another time too. Just ask me questions, and I'll be as open as I'm allowed to and feel comfortable doing so. But let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you and the Bee movie. You like jazz? Remember how that was like a meme for a hot sec?
Well,
you feel free to speak, babe.
What's next?
Yeah.
Are you going to talk about your job?
Yeah, for sure. Let's talk about my job. Well, first, before that, I'll talk about the Patreon briefly. I'm not going to shove that down your guys' throat because it feels weird a little bit, but at the same time, it's kind of the move right now to for you guys to support me independently here and what I'm doing, and I appreciate it. If you can, awesome. If you can't, no worries at all, dude. If you want to support but can't do that financially, watch, subscribe. You know what I mean? Be a part of the growth of Grandmaster Pod and the Kib channel and everything. But right now, we've got a little bit of Patreon going on. I made a Patreon for you guys to support me. Right now, there's no tiers except for just like a support level tier. But I had an epiphany today. you know. And I talked to some people at Patreon because I was directly telling them, I'm not just saying this to fucking cater to your opinions about why I have a Patreon. Obviously, it's to support me financially to be able to do this and expand. And like, I want to get another microphone, and this is like fucking $300, but I want to get another one of these and then have guests on. I've got a list of guests of everyone that like I've worked with who like I think I can get on the podcast for the most part. But I'm really excited about that. Once this podcast gets a little stale for me or for you guys, we'll start bringing in guests every week. You know what I mean? How cool would that be? Two people, blap, brap, talking to each other, fist fighting. You know, that's just what it's going to be eventually. But anyways, I had an epiphany, and I'm jumbling all over the place. Let me go back to the epiphany and then what I was talking to with the Patreon rep. The epiphany was for tiers on Patreon is that that'll be the belts. You know what I mean? We'll start you off with a little hot white belt. You don't know too much, but you're like, I'm interested and I want this to continue, I think. You know what I mean? And then we'll move on to the next belt and the next belt. And I don't know what they are. Speaking of that, pause. I'll go back to the Patreon, dude. I'm doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu now. Haven't started, but my fucking packages got stolen. My rash guards got stolen. Our apartment building is... Fuck it, man. We'll get into it later. But I'm starting that shit on Wednesday. I'm not Monday. Wednesday for sure. 7 a.m. class, baby. I'm going to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I'm very excited about it. Back to the Patreon stuff. I was talking to the Patreon rep. I'll get past this for those of you that don't give a shit. But and I was telling them like I just need help with figuring out what I can offer so that it's worth it for people to support me. And it's great. I said, right now it's just for people to come support, you know what I mean? Whatever they can. And if they can't, whatever, but I want to have it be worth it for you. So if you know what I mean? You're on a certain tier or whatever, that you get something that like there's value there. And it's not just like a cash grab, because that's not at all what this is. It really is just truly support. And it doesn't have to be financially. It can be just with a subscribe, commenting on the videos. Everything is well appreciated, but it's just part of me trying to do my dreams and you guys supporting it if you want to. And I love you for that. And I appreciate you. And we'll do like early podcasts. This is actually going to be on Patreon. Listeners right now are listening on Patreon early, as well as I'm going to do exclusive stuff and like merch. And I want to figure out the merch for the white belt and up to the black belt situation too. But the tiers are going to have the belts, and maybe there'll be exclusive merch and shit. Anyways, if you want to support me, the link is in the description. It's patreon.com/notkib. Anything helps, man. We're just trying to do what we love here. You know what I mean? Give each other hugs, give each other belts, figure some shit out. I touch you, you touch me. Circle jerk situation. That's what I'm trying to get at. And if you're not into it, I understand, but think about it, dude. Be open to some sexual mutual masturbation, James would say. You know what I'm saying, babe? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I won't be touching any of them. They'll be touching themselves. I'm just demonstrating how they do it. I'm like, here's my dick, and this is what I do with it. And then I pull out a bunch of crayons and just fucking shove them into the box, into the crayon box. It gets me going. What did you think I was going to say? Something yuck?
Yeah.
I was. Joke's on you. Anyways, I don't want to shove that down your guys' throat too much, but I will. I'm just kidding, but I will. I'm just kidding. Anyways, yeah, I was going to talk about the guests and stuff like that. Dude, also, this is the new lens. Can you tell? Probably not, because it's like a very basic, simple set that doesn't allow for much cinematic change. But I think it looks good, dude. It looks better than it did. I took the windscreen off this thing because I realized I think that thing makes it more muffled. I'm excited. I'm excited to like goof with people, man. That's very fun, because when I'm chilling by myself, this podcast for me has been a great learning experience. With like trying to be funny and like what is funny. And like we went to the Comedy Store last night and saw phenomenal comedians. Bobby Lee was there. Kirk Fox was there. Kirk Fox was fucking hilarious. Bobby Lee was fucking hilarious. Theo Von was there. I love Theo Von. I didn't like get it as much as everyone else. That was the first time I was like, do I not get this? But I think that his fans were all there at the store. I think like he's so big, you know what I mean? Has such an online presence that like he can sell out a show instantly. But you know, same with Bobby Lee. But Bobby Lee, like I just really love his like goofy, eccentric comedy. It's a little bit more my style. But it was interesting. Theo Von was funny. Like he definitely made me laugh. He had this like Beetlejuice bit where he talks about how when he was a kid, he was poor and his dad would make him go to funerals like that of people that he didn't know just in his hometown to do something, just because like to fucking kill time. And one time he bought him a suit and he didn't know because his dad's really old, like super old, like it was like 70 something. And he bought him like a Beetlejuice suit. And then so fucking Theo would go to funerals and be in a fucking Beetlejuice suit. Anyways, you got to hear him say it. I'm not trying to say the joke. I'm just explaining to you what the joke was, but it was really funny. And if you ever get a chance, go check him out. But I was surprised that I didn't laugh. There were people scream laughing. It was like this. I scared Odie. I scared the shit out of him. Odie thinks that we're dying right now. He's staring at me. Sorry, man. Go to bed, Odie. He's staring at me intently. It's okay. You're okay. Come on.
We cried, laughed a couple times at that other comedian, though. What was his name?
Mike, a little closer, sweet. What'd you say?
What was the guy's name that we were laughing at?
Oh my God, I don't remember. It was
the stupidest joke too.
That was I cried, laughed last night. That was probably the funniest time, like group I've had.
Like couldn't breathe, had to catch my breath. I couldn't breathe and I had to catch my breath.
I know. I was literally crying, laughing probably 3 or 4 times that night. Last night. It was so good. But as I was saying, like, I think Theo Von's hilarious, but maybe it's just the type of, because I think for me, there's a type of comedy that like I think is really funny or I think is genius, but doesn't necessarily make me laugh out loud. But I really enjoy hearing it and it's entertaining for me versus like something that maybe I'm curious how my fucking brain works, man. Like, does my brain have to be caught off guard to laugh? Does everyone's brain have to be caught off guard? That's so interesting. Maybe we do. Maybe we have to be caught off guard. Maybe we can't expect the joke to go where it's going to go. Otherwise, we won't laugh. That's so interesting. But no, maybe that's not true either. Because like I didn't know where all of his jokes were going, but interesting. I don't know. But I was thoroughly entertained. But like Bobby Lee's wackiness just made me like laugh the fuck out. He pulled his pubes out, man. He pulled his pubes out and...
I didn't see.
I'm fairly certain that that's sexual harassment. I'm just saying. And I will be contacting the store and complaining because that was raunch. I'm not smiling because I liked it. I'm smiling because...
Because it happened.
Don't smile because it's happening. Smile because it's over. Or however that saying goes. Somebody said something like that one time. What else, man? I've been rambling. Sorry, guys. There's just been so much shit. It's hard for me to coherently go through what the fuck's going on. But oh yeah, I already talked about making merch. We're gonna be making merch in the future. None of this is now happening now. The things that'll be happening now that you can look forward to content-wise, I would say is sketches. Now I have all the equipment. And I have 1 day a week where I'm not working. And I'll talk about my work and stuff too. That my where am I now a little bit more. I'm starting to cry. Sorry guys, I had a fucking voice crack and I tend to do that when I talk quietly up to the mic. We're back. But yeah, I'll talk more about that shit too in a hot minute. Oh yeah, some shit that I've been working on. I worked with the Rex on their album. No, not album release. Well, sort of, yeah. It's an album release and sign, what's it called? Record label signing video announcement thing. I shot that for them. And it's just like, they do some really cool stuff. Like their video for Favorite Liar was really cool too with the robots and stuff like that. Shot really cinematic. And then this announcement video is really like make at home, do it yourself, DIY in the basement with cold water dripping from the top, like you're in a cellar. Just crazy, wacky bullshit, but it was super cool, very fun and like mini elaborate. Like they had these little like things set up practically versus like doing like effects or anything like that. But it's not supposed to look super cinematic or anything. But it was fun. We worked on that. I went over to Amp Rehearsal Studio with them and we shot it there. And at the same time, they're so this is the only other Clay I've met in my entire life. Clay Burrell. He's in a band called UFO. And we met at Nick's record signing party at Nick's place. And we got along super well. Clay, if you're watching, you're probably not watching, dude. But if you're watching, you're a fucking standout guy. I like you, dude. And very cool to meet another Clay. Just saying that right now. Odie, don't look at me with those beady little eyes, you bastard. I love you, and you're very cute, and it wasn't even beady, but I wanted to make it seem like it was beady for the people listening. Pretty much just cute. And there he's going to sleep, rolling over. When we first got Odie, he could not get up off his back. He'd be on his back, and he'd be stuck. And it was very sweet. Now, he's just a big fucking pig. He pretty much is a pig with bat ears and fur. What was I talking about? Yeah, I met another Clay. He was dope. But when we went to film that thing for Nick, when I went to film that thing for Nick, Clay just happened to be there too, rehearsing at the same time. And he didn't even know the Rex were there. And I just ran into him. And it was so fucking... Guys, you wouldn't believe how awkward it is. It was like, wait. I should have been like... He's like, hey, what's up? What's going on? Are you here for the Rex? And I was like, yeah. Because I was shooting the thing. But I should have said, no, I'm here for you, dude. And he would have been like... What? Wait. Nah, you're joking, right? And I'd be like, no, I am. A little birdie told me that you'd be here, and I thought I'd come by and just see what's up. You know what I mean? And then he would proceed to have punched me in the face. End of story. How are you, babe?
Good. How are you?
What are you up to over there? How are your days?
They
want to know, you know?
Are you prompting me to say that we got a new comforter?
I can turn this off and turn it off.
It was on the whole
I'm
first
not
half.
prompting you to say that, but that's so funny. I was asking Sammy Joe for some topics for the podcast. I was like, hey, if you want to come up with anything, or like, what do we do this week? Or like, what is there anything funny that I could talk about? And she's like, we got new blankets. And I was like, oh, I won't be talking about that. And what else did you say?
I got an MRI.
Oh yeah, I was just like, I got an MRI. I was like, it's a comedy podcast. I'm really not trying to bum people out. It's just talking and hanging and talking about my life and silliness and shit. Hey guys, welcome back to Sammy Joe's podcast. Let's jump right into the meat and potatoes of it all. I have had an MRI yesterday, and it was very scary for me. It was very scary. I had been hooked up to the contrast, right? So you got to have a bunch of needles in you, and they had to stick me like 6 times. They couldn't find my veins. So it was really sad. Actually, I didn't really enjoy it a whole lot. And then after the MRI, I was crying. I could not stop crying. I don't know what had come over me, but I was just crying and crying. What else did we do? We got blankets. We got new comforters. OMG.
A temporary comforter.
Temporary MFG. Motherfucker, I fucking love it. That's Sammy Joe's podcast.
Thumbs up if you'd listen.
Thumbs up if you're licking this video with your teeth. It's good eating, isn't it? It's good eating, isn't it? Hey, babe. I'm going to drink some coffee. Tell them a story. Shut it down. I'm back.
This mic gives me anxiety. I'm not going to lie.
I can't wait. Do you actually have anxiety?
Yeah, like I'm shy. I don't want to use it. I don't want to talk.
Really?
It's scary.
Don't be. Just say whatever you want. It makes the podcast so much better, honestly. I enjoy rambling, but I'm still rambling, having a conversation. Like this podcast is just rambling with things to talk about, be by myself, to be by myself, or for to be with you. You know what I'm saying there, bud? There, sticking it a bum there?
No.
Cool. What else is there? Beep. I'm pretending I'm a little robot. Oh my God. So everybody's already tweeting about this. You've already seen it. But forgot I was recording my screen, so let's bring the laptop over. Did I give myself enough slack this time? I did. Is anyone keeping score? This is the first fucking time I've ever done that, man. Clap for me. Don't clap for me over there. Oh, you're doing that. Oh, they hated that. That probably was the worst. Hey guys, I gave myself enough slack so I don't have to like angle my fucking knees to the left. I'm loving it. I secretly eat McDonald's now and again. Sammy Joe doesn't know.
No, you don't.
Sorry.
You quit.
No.
Yeah, you did. When was the last time you had it?
Like a couple weeks ago, probably.
What did you have?
I think like a Big Mac.
What?
I have like a McDonald's burger once every like 7 months. If I gotta go somewhere, it's gotta be quick. The first thought in my head goes, I'm gonna be sliding into the DMs of Ronald McFucking Give Me a Burg. Do you know anybody who calls a hamburger burg?
No.
My grandparents hey, Odie, you settle down, boy. I'm going to come over there and tie your ears in a knot and throw you around. How you like that? My grandparents call them hamburgs. Would you like a hamburg? Hi, Crispy Clay, you want a hamburg? And they would call me Crispy Clay for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why. They call me Crispy Clay. And I say, Grandma. Sorry, Nanny is what I would call her. The name's not Crispy. It's just Clay. And she's like, well, then how come you're so goddamn fresh looking? You're so fresh, it's crisp. It's like a fresh batch of fucking, you dumbass bitch. It's a fresh ass bitch ass load of just vegetables crisping in the crisper. You goddamn crispy bitch, you. And I said, you have been swearing so much, Grandma. And we're back after that ad break. That was wonderful. Thank you so much. I love McDonald's. Not an ad. We have all witnessed this on Twitter, and that would be the world's first 360-degree infinity pool. Why am I on Google Images for that and not just this ad with the same fucking picture? I don't know. Babe, are you looking as well? We're looking at the infinity pool. Look at it with us. It's super funny. And you know what happens a lot of the time? I'll see something that's funny and everyone else thinks it's funny as well. It's a big thing. People are laughing about it. And then I'm like, oh, I want to talk about this. It's so stupid. And the obvious thing is like, how do you get in there? You know what I mean? How do you get out of that thing without jumping out and fucking killing yourself there, bud? They're sticking in a bum there. And then the rational side of me goes, well, obviously it's going to be functional. So how do I make a joke about something that I know is going to be functional? And then I read about it. Let's go down. Shall tweet. The world's first rooftop infinity pool with a 360-degree view of London is set to be built on top of a skyscraper in London. New plans reveal the heart-stopping design, which features 4 transparent walls and a clear bottom on top of a 55-story building. The pool, called Infinity London, was designed in compass pools that would feature on top of a luxury hotel in the city. Hang on. Emergency pool designers explain. James Bond. Okay. Where is it? Okay. To get into the swimming pool, the designers explained a James Bond-esque spiral staircase would emerge from the bottom. So just as dumb as you would imagine it to be. And describing it as a James Bond-esque. James Bond. Sean Connery. I imagine Sean Connery probably was involved in this. And that's an ad too. Sean Connery probably came up with the fucking design for it, because what is his accent? I don't remember. It's from somewhere in the UK, right? Sean Connery. I'm coming for you, James Bond. James Bond. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Listen to me, investors. We are going to have an infinity pool, 360 degree. You can see all around you on the top of a 55-story building. How are we going to do it? How are we going to do it? This is how we're going to do it. We're going to have a spiral staircase come from the ground and go all the way up to the pool. And then when it gets to the top, we're going to have 3 monkeys stand around on the top there and dance around and say, we did it. And that's the kind of pool I want to live in, man. Here's some pictures of it. Sean Connery.
Where's the staircase?
Apparently, that's what I'm saying. It does not sound practical even after reading it. I was like, they're going to have some practical, like, you know what I mean? Oh, so there's a staircase on the side of the building. You have to hop over there and it's got railings. They're going to give you
a scuba diving pack, an air pack, to go up the stairs through the water, because you're in.
I don't think that the people staying at the hotel are gonna happen to have their scuba diving license.
So you're gonna hold your breath.
Anyone who wants to use the pool must have a scuba dive license. Do you have your scuba diver license? No, nobody here has a fucking scuba diver license. We were just staying at a hotel before we go to fucking. What is it called? Was that Chang's? What's that? PF Chang's? I'm just staying at this hotel, then we're going to fucking PF Chang's, and I'm going home, man. Don't worry about it. Well, sir, you cannot go up there unless you have your diver's license.
Or learn to breathe underwater.
And let's bring your own gear. Or learn to breathe underwater, yeah.
That's your only option.
But I mean, honestly, fucking rad. Would I swim up there? You're doggone darn damn diddly right I would.
Maybe they'll have some sort of platform bring you up to the top and then drop you off.
Oh, off on the side?
A helicopter or something will drop you in.
Who wants to use the pool? Fire up the helicopter. Jeffrey, fire up the helicopter. Jeffrey's firing up the helicopter. Who would like to
That might make more
fly
sense.
up to the top?
If the staircase was
helicopter
on the
coming.
side, like on the outside, very dangerous. You could also fall off.
Yeah,
But then you get to the top and then you climb up in.
Well, it's not. They've explained that there's a spiral staircase that comes from the ground up. It like goes, but then like again, maybe it's like a tube. Oh, I know what it would be.
Without water?
Here it is. Here's the fucking design. There is a 4 foot by 4 foot circular hole with a top at the bottom, and then it comes up, but it has, you know what I mean? It's like a tube.
Like at the dog parks when there's 2 doors.
Oh wait, how would that work? But it also has a floor, so when it comes up, it probably comes up above the water level, and then you just jump into the pool, and then it closes, and then it goes back down. And they say it's a spiral staircase. I bet you I just fucking figured it out. Am I a designer? No. No, I'm not. But I should be. But it looks cool, man. Looks really fucking cool. It's just such an unnecessary thing that I want to be in. You know? Actually, I think they're just probably going to hop off it. That's how they're getting up and down. What else we have to talk about? All right. I have a fun story. Because I'm pretty proud of myself. I'm proud of myself. You know? Do you ever stand up for yourself, sort of? Hey, maybe it wasn't necessary even, but you stood up for yourself. You stood up for yourself because ain't nobody gonna push me around no more. You know what I'm saying? You stand up for yourself, and then you're proud of yourself. And maybe you had, you know, a confrontation with someone that you feel like you came out on top with while driving. It involved a little bit of road rage. Involved a little bit of roadhead. I wasn't doing it. He was doing it. The road rage. I was doing the roadhead to myself. But you guys already know that. You know I'm good at it. And when you're good at something, what do? You do it. You continue doing it. If you're good at something, you do it. And my 2-inch dick, I can fit that thing all the way in my mouth. Sorry, anybody listening who didn't want to hear that. But you heard it? Get over it. I'm driving to James's, okay, the other day. I think for the podcast. Or just because. Nah, I wouldn't hang out with him outside of the podcast. Just kidding, James, I love you. You fucking guy. I'm driving to James's. I'm getting off the freeway. Off ramp, turning right onto a road. Right? You know how there's the fucking bridge right there, and there's a bridge right to your left, and you're turning right or left, but I'm turning right in this scenario, and then there's a red light. You know, 100 yards, red light. Maybe less. I don't know how many yards. I'm telling you, I don't know how many fucking yards it is. It doesn't matter. I start to turn right. The light's starting to turn yellow. This big truck goes in front of me. I'm like, motherfucker. I needed to go, not you. Then, as I'm in the middle of the intersection, a car tries to like zoom up in front of me, and he doesn't really have enough room, but he managed to squeak through, and he shakes his head at me and gives me a honk, and he was like super aggressive and sped up to the red light, and then I was like, motherfucker. Hey man, what the fuck was that? Then I drove up to the red light. I look over, his window's down. It's my opportunity to strike. What do? Only something a god would do. Zzz. Hey, what's that? What's up? And he was so upset. But he was immediately, here's the thing. Here's the honest truth. If he looked super intimidating, wouldn't have rolled my window down. But I did. And he was real pissed, and then he wasn't. I wonder why. You tell me. But this is how it went down. Zzz. Hey, what's up? What's that? What did you say? What's going on? Oh, I just, it's like, I just didn't know if you were, God, I didn't know if you were going to go or not. You were just staying there, man. I didn't know what you were doing. And I went, with all of the fucking like anxiety and what's the shit when you get fucking hyped up, babe? What is it? I forget what it's called. Adrenaline. Yeah, of course. Dumbass me. Full of adrenaline. I was like almost shaking. I was like, okay, let me explain to you what happened. I'm going to turn right, and that truck cut me off. And then instead of being able to go after the truck who cut me off, you cut me off. Do you see what I'm saying? And then he went, yeah, no, definitely. I just think that, I just didn't know. I didn't know if you were going, if you weren't going. I was like, well, I was in the middle of the intersection into which the truck cut me off. I should have gone, but instead you cut me off as well. You be the judge. You break it down. Funky white boy. Break it, that funky music, white boy. Break it. And then he's like, all right. And then I updid my window. I updid it. And I felt really fucking good. And you know what? Did it go down exactly like that? No. It actually went down better than I made it sound. It went down really good, really smooth. I knew I was in the right because he should not have gone. The light was like basically red at the point because he was that fucking second guy at a red light where like maybe when you're at a yellow light or a red light, whatever, or it's yellow going to red, 2 cars can go. 2 cars can go when it's like that first car legally could go. Then it's red, but that second car he was in the middle and it's like, he legally entered so he can go. But if you're the third car, hey, where do you have to be? Your aunt needs surgery. She can wait a red light. You should not be the third fucking guy going. You're just pissing everybody off because then the people across from you, now they don't get to go. Selfish. Have I done it? Maybe once or twice. Will I do it again? I don't know. It's just one of those things, man. And that's what he did. He was easily the third guy. The truck was the second guy. So he cut me out. I had that conversation. It went a lot better than I'm making it seem right now. Fuck, man. I always put myself in this stupid fucking position where I say something and it sounds shitty. Collect yourself. And I'm having a great time. Seriously, you guys. I'm going to keep drinking this coffee. Perrier. But it went great, man. I felt so good. I walked into James's, tried to tell him that story. His dog was barking all over. Vinny was fucking barking like crazy. He loves the shit out of me, obviously. If I was a dog, I would too. But I was trying to tell him the story, and I was talking 100 miles an hour because it was all filled with adrenaline, cum. And he told me, he's like, whoa, hold on, man. And then he calmed his dog down, and then I told him. And he didn't really care. And that's why I'm telling this on that. It was a good indicator that everyone would care because James didn't. You're welcome for that. And those of you that are trying to listen to the podcast on streaming services, I'll make sure that you can. I feel like I'm fucking making a sound every time I touch this goddamn mic, and I probably am. So the other weekend, let me just explain it to you. The other weekend it might have been last weekend or the weekend before. Sammy Joe and I went to some, what would I call them? How would I say this? How would I put this?
It's a gay bar.
Gay bar. Yes, that's it. We went to a gay bar.
Or two.
For one of her friends' birthday parties. I'd like to first just say, had a fucking pleasant time. I had a pleasant time at the gay bars, and I'll tell you why. And would I go back? Yeah. Not alone. I can't be trusted. I'm just kidding. But let me just first say, I thought there was going to be other friends, like male friends there, that this wasn't just an all-girls thing. And I still had a great time, but I definitely assumed that there would be other guys there that were with our group.
It was only straight girls.
It was only straight girls there at the gay bar. Is that how you say it? How do you say it in your country?
Gay bars, yeah.
How do you say?
That's acceptable.
How do you say gay bars? Yes. There was only, it was just straight, like 5 or 6 straight girls, and then Sammy Joe. And
I don't fall in that category.
Now you're your own thing.
Yeah, true.
And then there was me, and I felt like just kind of like a piece of meat dangling in front of a bunch of lions, like a raw David Hasselhoff. That's how I felt. Felt good. Now I understand why women go out. Am I saying that every gay person there wanted to be with me? Yeah. Am I saying that just because someone's gay, they want to hit on me? Yeah, they do. No, they don't. Obviously, fucking get a grip, you freak. But it was really fun, man. It was a cool, like, just a chill environment. Most other bars and stuff in LA are very douchey, and that can be fun if you're wanting to like be like, you know what I mean? Sometimes, very rarely, a person wants to go out and, I mean, I guess our type of people, us and other people, want to go out and like fucking feel good and like pretend you have lip fillers. It's this new thing in LA. It's this new thing that people are doing. They're pumping their lips up. The silicone. Ow, ow. Can everyone see my smile?
I don't think it's silicone.
Here, I'm going to smile.
That's Botox.
Whatever, dude. But yeah, once in a while you want to go out and you want to be like, ooh, what's up? You know what I'm saying? But not always. And not this place. Not this place,
you didn't have to worry about me.
Yeah, you don't got to worry about guys hitting on you, Siggy every other. You're Siggy. You filthy Siggy. Oh my God, that's what I'm going to call you. Fuck. We're going to make shirts that say that, man. I'm with the filthy Siggy. Want to fucking smoke a filthy Siggy?
Yeah.
My significant other. My filthy. You're my filthy.
You're my dirties.
You're my dirties. But not this place, man. Let me just go back. This place was awesome. I felt respected. I felt
unbothered.
I felt like there's a possibility that I was desired, but that nothing would happen.
Safe.
Yeah, I felt
you were in a safe place.
I felt safe, but I still felt like I didn't feel invisible. You know, I don't want to feel invisible when I go out. No, it was really cool, man. It was just like a fun, chill. Everyone's having a good time.
People are nice.
People are really nice. It wasn't like
get a
it
drink
wasn't
at
like
the
too
bar.
much. And like some people are not uncomfortable by like a very, what's the word I'm looking for? How do you saying very flamboyantly gay. Some people are being uncomfortable with that, and some people do not
over
care,
the
and
top.
I pretty much do not care. But I mean, it was like this place was not very flamboyant. How do you say?
There were male dancers, but
there was
a nice energy. Yeah,
we
there
weren't
were
at a
little
club.
Speedos.
There wasn't like dancers.
Yeah, at the first place, they were dancing around their little
Really?
Speedos. Yeah.
Man.
And then at the
Wish we could go
bar, you
back.
were able to order a drink and be attended to in a timely manner instead of like girls with their tits out just getting first pick. you
Yeah,
know?
that sucks. Nobody likes
It
that.
was really nice.
Nobody likes girls with their tits out. That's so fucking gross. I agree. No, it was really fun. It was cool. I was like, I think I've only heard good things about like, you know, straight guys going to like a gay bar too. Everyone always says it's really fun, and it is. It's just a great time. It's like,
It's because what you don't like about going out is that guys are annoying.
yeah.
Like they're all douchey and they're not like that.
Yeah,
at a gay
true.
Bar.
Yeah, it really is just
And
douchey
girls
guys.
aren't going to be hitting on you there either, which is nice. And no one's going to bother you. And if people do talk to you, they're nice.
Actually,
a really
people
good
hit on me
scenario.
everywhere I go.
Yeah, we get it.
You know what I'm saying? Probably not. Anyways, it was a great time. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I wanted to get up there and shake my dicks, but I didn't get a chance to. Shake my dicks for the boys. Can I shake? Am I like, is that cheating? Shake my dicks for the boys? Unknown? Unknown. She's going, She's going, What else we got? Oh yeah, I guess I saved this for the last, but probably should have talked about it in the beginning. But speaking of shaking my dicks, my new job.
Literally.
Yeah, I just want to talk a little bit more about my new job because I didn't go in depth in my video or in the Sugar Pine podcast. Really, I said that I liked it, obviously, because it's just a good place to be. It's a good, respectful place to be. But I'll go into it because from an outside perspective, it probably sounds much crazier than it really is. But it's not that crazy, dude. I work for a company that it's a production company that produces live streams and content for like higher profile people in the entertainment industry. And the first client happens to be Dan Bilzerian. And so I work at Dan Bilzerian's home in LA like 3 days a week. And sometimes we work off site and stuff like that too. But it's really cool, man. We produce a live stream, and I started off there just, you know, doing whatever they needed, filling in wherever, learning how things work. And now I'm like directing the live streams and doing the live switching using like Sling Studio and Wirecast and vMix and shit like that. And doing audio for them and doing a little bit of ideas here and there and channel managing the channel, trying to make their shit go viral and stuff. But you know, it's a really good gig, man. I thoroughly enjoy the people I work with, and it's like, it seems like a crazy, wild thing with a bunch of naked girls partying and stuff like that, but like, it's actually much more professional and chill than it is. I mean, the content is just what you see, and that's like the content, but like behind the scenes and stuff like that, like the ladies that I work with who are like the main 3 or 4 who are there, they're great, respectful. It's not weird. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have taken it if it was like a weird, like sexy party.
I wouldn't have
thing.
let you take it if I felt weird.
Exactly. And Sammy Jo's comfortable with it too. And like, I brought her to Dan's place before. It's honestly, it's just great. I love everyone I work with. Brett's there, Brett Hundley, Alex. I know you guys don't know a lot of these guys, but Brett's there. And I actually got the position. I didn't even know Brett was there, but I got the position because, Sammy Jo used to work with, this guy, Rob, at her old job. And then I just saw him post like, hey, we need a channel manager. And then that turned, you know, he was just looking for anyone who could do that. And then I was like, I mean, I'd pick up part-time work after Sugar Pine 7. I needed something. I was like, that could be perfect. You know what I mean? A little bit of part-time work while I work on my passions and stuff. And then he was like, oh shit, what's up? He's like, yeah, I mean, we could work something out. You can do more. You know what I mean? And we talked, and I went over.
And hosting? Did you mention that?
What's that?
Did you mention hosting yet?
Oh yeah, that I host there too, you mean? Now and again? Yeah, exactly. I'm kind of stepping away from that a little bit more because it's not the content I really want to be a host for. I enjoyed doing it. It's just like, it's totally just not my style of content. It's not comedy. I'm a comedian or like TV and film. You know what I mean? And it's not that it's like sexy party stuff and I don't want to be associated with that. Like, it's fun, man. It's a cool thing. It's just whatever. I don't want to do hosting like, hey, what's up guys? And they're going to do this like that. It's not really what I want to do, you know? And I learned that quickly, you know what I mean? And I will do it if they need someone to step in, you know what I mean? Because I'm kind of they've referred to me as their Swiss Army knife to do whatever they need. But, I'm enjoying directing. This is the first time I've like directed, and like a 2-hour live stream is really hard to do. I mean, it's not that hard. I mean, it is hard and it isn't. There's a lot that goes into it because this stream is like technically and production wise is very high production. You know what I mean? Like, we have like the stream backpacks and we have 2 of them. And then we have like a mix thing. We'll use like 4 lavs. And then we have 2 to 3, sometimes 4 DSLR cameras, all live switching. So somebody's switching live, and sometimes we're doing that on the go, and sometimes someone's at the house, and like, it's a big production. And there's like lower thirds, and we get a lot of like, is this pre-recorded? Because it looks like just like a pre-recorded edited video or something. But, it's a fun thing, man. It's cool to jump from like making YouTube videos to making streaming content. I mean, I know it's a similar platform wise, but this feels more traditional than what we've been doing at Sugar Pine for a while, which again, I love. And it's not like, I'd rather be doing this than be doing that. Like, if Sugar Pine was doing super well, and we all were passionate about it and we were making it on our own schedule, I'd way rather be doing that, obviously, because that's like our fucking baby. But this is a great gig, and I enjoy who I work with. Everyone's super respectful and nice and uplifting, and it's not awkward. You're not bummed out by anyone you work with. Not that I was at Sugar Pine, but like towards the end, you know, people lost their motivation and it wasn't like their happy place anymore. And now this is like part-time for me, but it's kind of become a little bit full-time almost.
Well, part-time there, part-time at home.
Yeah, I'm doing like part-time there, like 3 days a week there, plus at least 2 hours every day doing stuff. Like, I got to do stuff after this probably. You know, Sammy Jo pouted, but I think if I manage time, I don't know. It's a lot of work. It is a lot. It's just a lot of hours. It's not the craziest. Look at me fucking yawning on my podcast, man. Now she's yawning, dude. Is everyone fucking yawning? Does no one give a shit? Fuck. Odie's yawning. Shit, man. I should just tell fart jokes or something on this fucking podcast. God damn it. I lost everyone. We're down. Viewership's down.
And
I didn't say, but I finished the song with
music.
Nick. Those of you that are still here. I mean, theoretically, all of you should still be here. But Finished a song with Nick. Very excited. Remember I told you guys I was working on some fucking music? I bought a bass. I bought a little Epiphone SG. I don't want to get up, but it's cool. Just look up Epiphone SG bass. And that's what I got. And I'm learning a different software to do music in. I think Ableton Live instead of FL Studio. Ableton's so much fucking better in every single fucking way. But I have like 1.5 days a week to myself. And I still have to work like in the morning. But if I wake up early and I work for 2 hours, then I'm good and I have the rest of the day. But Tuesdays is Sugar Pine 7 podcast that we film. And then I work a couple hours in the morning. Then after the podcast, it's pretty much the end of the day. So I don't really have Tuesday. But Wednesday, the other only day I don't work 2 hours in the morning for, the production. And then I have the day. And I usually spend that doing music. But now I'm going to be doing a 7 a.m. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class. I said I was going to talk about that at 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu in West LA. And now everyone knows where I'm going to be at 7 a.m. and when. But that's okay. It's an early fucking class, man. But it's going to be fun. And my fucking packages got stolen. Let me just say that. How much time do we have? Where are we at? Is it still recording everywhere? We got fucking time. Okay. Don't have to rush this. Listen. To the motherfuckers. I got to restart. To the motherfuckers who broke into our building, stole a bunch of packages and mail, and then came back and did it again several times. You fuck off. Hey, you fuck off. Okay? You've really ruined my day, man. You've really ruined it. I was excited for my jiu-jitsu shorts to get here. And they said they were delivered yesterday at 12 p.m. and they are not fucking here. And you have ruined my day among other people. You're lucky it wasn't something super expensive or I'd be freaking the fuck out. Because if it was like this mic or that camera, you bet your dumbass titties I'd be after you. Hear me, bitch? Oh, you're so smug. You're so fucking smug. I'll find you. And when I do, I'll kill you. You don't want to know what's going to happen when I find you. Did I edit that out? Hell yeah, I didn't. But my fucking packages got stolen, and now I'm going to have to go buy stuff at some store somewhere. That sucks. Poor me, man. Anyways, that's the podcast, y'all. Thanks for watching. We're not quite at an hour yet, I don't think.
What about advice?
I don't really have to. I guess we could do some advice. Fuck it. I really want this podcast to be an hour long just because that's how long I want to hang out with you guys once a week. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, me? I guess I don't need my recording here. Stop. Okay, stop that. Gonna go. I don't know if we have. Oh, I probably do have advice emails. Yeah, so we're going to do some advice emails. I want to come up with a segment that's a little more comedic too, that I can sub on and off with this one. But if you have, if you need some advice and you want to have my advice given to you, you can email me at grandmasterpod@gmail.com and I will help you with that. Let me see. So there's going to be a lot of emails right now saying that people are happy and excited for the future. I feel like I may have opened everyone's fucking thing. Oh, mindset advice. Okay, here we go. This is from March. Is it March? No, it's not. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's June.
It's June, dude. It's June, idiot. Fuck. Okay, well, I'm still going to open this because I can't filter through like what I've read and what I haven't. This guy's name or girl is Sahina Hunaina. And they say, Namaste, Grandmaster. Arigato. Love the podcast so far. Keep it up, man. So I've always wanted to give stand-up a try. Maybe just do it once and see how it goes. After listening to you talk on the podcast, and after a whole lot of peer pressure from my friends, I signed up to do a stand-up at my church's knockoff America's Got Talent event. I'm super pumped yet extremely nervous, both at the thought of being amazing or possibly bombing in front of everyone. I was just seeking Grandmaster's advice on what kind of mindset you think would be best going into this event. Should I be super confident, then be really embarrassed if I bomb? Or should I expect to go poorly, then be really happy when it goes well? Maybe just healthy balance of the two. Thanks, Grandmaster. You the best. P.S. You're going to be amazing when you do stand up. Can't wait. Thank you so much. Holy fuck, man. I wish I could do it. I wish. Let me first just say, as someone who also hasn't done it yet and really fucking wants to, it's the possibility of the unknown that is scary. Because same, dude. I think that like I know where my skills lean, and that's with like improv. So I'm gonna have to like incorporate that. But with like it's tough because if you write a joke and you're laughing at it, then kudos to you, man. I can't do that. Mike Falzone can write a joke and laugh by himself like an insane person in his car. You know, I can't do that. I'll write a joke that I think someone might laugh at, and then I go, I don't know. Like I've written some things down and shown Mike, and he's like, oh, yeah, I don't think those work. You know, and then I'm like, fuck, then do I not know what's funny? So it's hard. I mean, that was also a long time ago. And it was like, I wrote 2 fucking things down. I was like, what do you think of the concept of this? Like, it wasn't refined by any means, but he said that the only way you can know is if you go and try it, or you try it in front of some friends. You get a bunch of friends and you like say it how you say it in less of less of a stand-up way and more just like you're talking to your friends, trying to make them laugh with whatever you're talking about. I think that's the best way to do it for sure. And mindset wise, I would go in the mindset of learning, that this is a learning experience, not learning like, if you try it one time, is this going to be a career for me? Because your first time is not going to be like anything like your 50th time or your 100th time. It's night and day. Most people, when they do it their first time, it doesn't go phenomenal. Some people do it their first time, they're like, it was okay. Like people laughed here and there, and some jokes worked and some didn't. And that's how it works, you know. And I know that. I just need to do it. And I promised Sammy Joe that I would do it last night on our way to the Comedy Store. But I think you should do it. Absolutely. If you really want to do it, you should write up stuff, share some of them with your friends, like I said, you know what I mean? And see what they think and refine it. But you literally are just going to have to go in there knowing that you're excited to try this and see if any of these work. It really is testing it. Like that's how comedians do it too, man. They'll go to, they'll have their set. Like even Bobby Lee, for example, he'll have a set, and in the beginning, the set's very different from how it ends up being when people are laughing at it. In the beginning, you know what I mean? Some things work, some jokes don't work. And so you scrap some, or you change bits and pieces, or you change how you do it. But you're constantly, every time you're going out, you're just trying to like see what works, see what doesn't work, and like change things. You know, if you think like, oh, maybe that could have landed if it was told differently, or if this punchline was at a different point or whatever. Like it's really analytical. As far as I've seen, you know what I mean? Not being someone who did it, I can't really say for sure, but that's what I think anyway. So go in with a mindset of like, you're going to try it and you're excited that you're doing it. Be proud of yourself for fucking doing it, because that's so hard and good for you. And then it's a learning experience. You know what I mean? Why do I have 3 things up? I don't know. Those are 2 things. But go in there with the mindset of you're learning. You're trying these jokes out to see if they work. You know what I mean? If some do work, put a fucking star by it. Record yourself so you can hear what people think, you know? And then once it's done, you fucking did it, first off. Good for you. And then, you know, you get some information on what jokes work, what didn't. If nothing worked, like start over, write new shit and go do it again. And then maybe one of those jokes will work. And then you'll have that feeling for the first time someone laughed or a bunch of people laughed. You'll be like, okay, I can write something. But if you do it 100 times and no one ever laughs, don't do stand up.
What were you telling me about energy, like energy in the room and how the audience will match your tone?
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
He was wondering if he should go out and like be confident and risk being embarrassed, or go out, you know, not knowing what to expect so that it's not as bad if it doesn't do well. But like when Bobby Lee went on yesterday, and he was definitely the most animated out of all the comedians, but he's just like off the walls. And I don't know if anyone would be able to be like that for their first stand-up, but I think
it's tough
like
because
he couldn't bomb acting like that. Like he was just so confident and entertaining.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I think Mike told me that too. He's like, they will feel your energy and they will act how you act for the most part. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If you are clearly really self-conscious, they can feel it, even if they don't even know it. Even if they're not like, oh, she's so self-conscious, this is bothering me. You know what I mean? If you're emitting self-consciousness, they're going to feel it and then not know why they're not laughing or why they feel uncomfortable. You know what I mean? But if you're just out there, that's why I said like your mindset will be in a good place once you're going in with no expectation of like, this has to go well. Just be proud and excited to do it. You know what I mean? Use it as a tool to learn what jokes worked and what didn't. Because then that's you getting better and being proud of yourself and fucking doing it. And that's like the goal there. And then if people laugh, amazing. As far as your actual like who you are, just be you. You have to be honest. That's something Mike Falzone told me too. You can't be like pretending to be someone else because they're not gonna, I mean, I don't know because I haven't done it, but you know what I mean? That's some stuff Mike's learned. And you just gotta like go up there and not be like you can't be too confident because then you come off as a dick. And some people can pull that off and some can't. And I can't pull off overconfidence for sure. Like even watching myself, if I'm like jokingly overconfident about something, I end up looking like a dick and feeling like a dick, and it doesn't come off as like funny. I am better at like self-deprecating, silly, goofy, like unaware, stupid stuff like that. And I think that's like what I would do. So you kind of find yourself, you know what I mean? And you're going to find yourself by doing it, and you'll feel comfortable and confident in whatever way you decide to act that works. But you know, I would say as honest as you can. Tell your jokes from the perspective that you wrote them in, you know? You don't try to say them from another person's perspective. That's my advice, but I've also never done it. So those of you that are trying to do stand-up, go watch Mike Falzone, man. He's like quickly coming up big, you know what I mean? Craig P. Conant, I think is his name. He's coming up quickly too. They're really funny guys, man. Go watch them, see how they do it. I do a lot of studying too. That's what I used to do. But good luck to you, you know? I think
unless this was the email from March, then let us know how it went months ago.
Who?
Was this the email from March?
Yeah. Well, let us know how it went. If you're watching the podcast, sorry about that. Sorry I didn't give you any advice. I'm curious how it went. But thanks for watching the pod. You guys, once again, if you can, please support the Patreon. It means a fuck ton. You know, it's there. If you can't, no worries. But I do appreciate the support. We're gonna have exclusive things. We're gonna have tiers very soon. I have another meeting with a Patreon person soon to make it worth it for you guys, because it would be nice not to have to like. It'd be nice to be able to do YouTube full time. You know what I mean? Obviously, who wouldn't want to do that? So I sound like a dick for even saying that, but I appreciate you guys' support. You guys' support means the world to me. So thanks so much, guys. That link is in the description. And if you have any advice that you need, grandmasterpod@gmail.com. Follow me on Twitter. Subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, guys.